Welcome in, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you're listening to the show. Already starting off terrible. Forgot to turn down the music, guys. I'll repeat it. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, from whenever or wherever you're listening or watching the show. Struggling right off the bat. First time running the show for myself. I'm Shane, aka Razor E3 on Twitch. I'm here with Tyler T-Honey16 on Twitter. It's your daily dose of a terrible football show, or weekly dose, should I say? A lot of stuff on the ballot here today, Tyler.
I ain't gonna lie, dude. This little headline is pretty sick.
It really is.
I
mean, you've got.
I just now noticed it.
Yeah, Oregon, Arkansas, Denver, and then Seattle, which we got some big news regarding them today. And then, of course, got that whole. I mean, I like this. Yep. I like this whole setup with two.
That's fancy.
Might have to veto Alex. I'm just kidding, Alex. I know you're going to be listening to the show. We're not going to get you out of here, man. We love you.
He going on vacation.
Yeah, Alex vacation. He said I'm going to get vacation a little early. But speaking of that, guys, recording plans for this upcoming here, like for the future here. So next week is going to be a break for us, and then we'll come back of the week of the 24th, my birthday, and as well as Tyler's birthday.
Well, that's the next week.
The week after.
Yeah.
Okay. So those 2 weeks we'll be recording, and then also next week begin some free agency stuff. So 2 weeks is our show. 2 weeks from now is going to be really interesting with all that news. So second week of May until the first week of August will be a break as well, just because that's the dead area for football. Not a lot of stuff going on. Be sure to visit our website at www.sparke3.com, and our merch store is also on there. It should be just a little tab, but just in case, you can go at sparke3shop.com, catch up some new merch. We have some new stuff coming out. Should be good stuff. If you're interested, hit our Discord. Chat it up with us about topics that you want to talk about, opinions, stuff like that. Be sure to follow us on socials, The Terrible Football Show, NMN Plus, talking about movies and stuff. And what was the other one?
Anime Game Aesthetic.
Game Aesthetics. Went blank there. I literally have it over here, but it says GS, and I was like,
GameStop?
GameStop? Like, what the hell are we doing here, boys?
Mean, it's kind of like GameStop, I guess. I don't know.
Much better, though. Much better. Yeah. I'm sure we give full refunds to people. So anyways, let's jump right in it here. Big news right before we start recording here between Seattle and Denver. Trade regarding Russell Wilson. We expected a trade. We've been talking about it for a while now. Russell Wilson not being with Seattle this upcoming year. I didn't expect it to be Denver.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you didn't either.
No, I was thinking like Tampa or Carolina. I mean, it does make sense, though, because they wasn't too high on Drew Lock. So. Yeah,
I knew Drew Lock was not going to be the quarterback. He was not going to be there. I honestly didn't expect the news coming out from Aaron Rodgers. I think that's what pretty much set it up.
Yeah.
Because what's his name? Jerry Jeudy tweeted out as soon as news broke that Aaron Rodgers was re-signing. He tweeted like a sad, like annoyed emoji face.
Yep.
And then an hour and a half later, when they announced that they were trading for Russell Wilson, he was like, "We lit." So that's interesting. But reports come in that Aaron Rodgers' deal is $200 million over 4 years, $153 million guaranteed. Just for people that can't do math, that's $50 million a year.
Yeah, that's
$50 million. That's
more than Patty.
Way more than Patty.
$5 million. I mean,
that's what 20 mil over the 4 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a nice little paycheck there. As well, he'll become the highest paid player not only in the league but ever. I do believe.
Yeah, it's ever.
So now what do the Packers do with Jordan Love?
They trade him. Somebody needs a quarterback.
And if they do trade him, what teams could be viable for him?
I'd say Buffalo. Do that Mitch Trubisky routine, Don't come behind him and sit, because I don't think Rodgers likes Love too much.
Yeah, I don't think either.
Or the Giants. if they're not too high on Daniel.
I mean, honestly, wherever he goes, I believe that he still should be a backup. He should not get starting time.
Yeah. How about this? Pittsburgh.
I think that'd be a good fit.
Because who's Pittsburgh's quarterback right now? Mason Rudolph.
They still have
Haskins.
Haskins. That's right.
But he's dookie. So
Dookie. So this comes up into we spoke about it maybe last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever. Jordan Love, the worst Packers pick ever?
I'd say pick, yes. The player, probably not. Because he hasn't had a chance to play.
I agree.
I don't know. I will never understand that pick.
I don't ever understand. I mean, I understood it at the time, right? You're coming off Aaron Rodgers not playing very well. He's getting older. In your mind, you're thinking, okay, he's not going to be that guy, right? He's not that guy anymore. But 2 years later, Aaron Rodgers says, I'm still that fucking guy. So, I think the pick was smart, making sure that your franchise is set up for the years to come. But in the grand scheme of things, Aaron Rodgers is that guy.
Yeah.
So until we see Jordan Love and see how he actually plays on Sunday nights or Sundays, we won't really know, in my opinion. So
he'll probably play on like a Thursday overseas in like Germany or something.
Now, I did see reports that I think, are they the ones that have the London game next year?
Yeah, it's either London or Mexico.
Yeah, one of
them.
So
I don't think it's Germany. Germany might be the Jaguars. I'm not sure. I'm gonna fact check that one.
Yeah, but going back to the Russell Wilson and trade with the Broncos, Seahawks are getting Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, 2 first-rounders, which is including the 9th-round pick of this year's draft, 2 second-rounders, and a 5th-rounder. The Broncos are getting Russell Wilson and a 4th-rounder, most likely from this draft.
Yeah, it'd be they're getting the 9th pick, which people were like, hey, you can get your quarterback with that one. I wouldn't take a quarterback with the 9th pick, though.
I wouldn't either.
No.
That team definitely needs some other stuff, especially in the secondary. Jamal Adams is not proven to be the guy that he used to be. They've continuously got beat deep, and honestly, the coverage is just horrible. I would expect them to go corner, maybe a D line, maybe even an offensive line, depending on what they see out there, what's available. Now, I did see this thing. They traded more away to the Jets for Jamal Adams than what they got for Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Which is astounding to me.
Essentially, they just moved up a spot. They just moved up a spot because they were the 10th pick, not the 9th pick. So,
yeah.
Funny how it works out.
So, it's kind of crazy as far as that goes. So, do you think the trade was worth it for Denver or Seattle, and who won the trade?
I'm liking Noah Fant to Seattle. Noah Fant, but 2 first-round picks, pretty solid. 2 second-round picks, hella solid. I don't know, man. I think Seattle won the trade because the Broncos were waiting to see what Aaron Rodgers did. So they were forming a trade for 2 weeks. And then once Rodgers says no, I guarantee you that's probably why Shelby Harris was added. Maybe a 5th round was added. They're like, now what you going to do? You ain't got no quarterback. So
True. You're trying to pull some draft day stuff.
Yep.
From the movie.
That's exactly what
Say,
it is.
you know what? I'm going to throw this in there. I want this just because I fucking can.
Actually, I think Fant was probably that, fuck it. Give us Fant, and you got a deal.
Yeah. I don't know. I really like the trade. Honestly, from a Denver fan, I'm a fan of both. But
even though Denver's second behind Seattle.
Well, technically, I would actually put Denver ahead.
But Alex,
just because
messing up, man.
I know just because I've been following Denver a lot longer. My dad was always a big Broncos fan, so I mean, as long as I've been following football, which is 2001, 2002, I've been a Broncos fan. I've been a Seattle fan probably since like 2005. Whenever
Shawn Alexander,
Hasselbeck,
yeah, that was a squad back then.
Yeah, no, and plus like those old timey jerseys. I don't know why, like the throwbacks now. I loved them. They're dope. Yeah. So, But as far as a Denver fan, I like actually getting Russell Wilson more than Aaron Rodgers to an extent because Russell Wilson's younger. He probably still has a lot more years to play than, Aaron Rodgers, honestly, after this 4-year contract or even before, he could retire.
Yeah.
It very well could be Green Bay goes in, wins the Super Bowl next year, and Aaron Rodgers is like, you know what? I'm gone.
I mean, he does got $153 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
He could be like, I'm good. Jordan Love, your turn.
Yeah, especially if he wins a Super Bowl and another Super Bowl MVP and, is contention for MVP. Like, if he has another year that we know he can, he very well could be in a year or two be like, I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
So as far as the Denver standpoint, I think I like that better with Russell Wilson. But hey, I would have loved to have Aaron Rodgers anyways. So
it just all depends on what Seattle does with them picks, because having picks is not the same as using the picks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because what if they go out here and bomb the draft and get out of those 2 first-rounders in the next 2 years, they get somebody who we don't even remember 3 years from now.
They go and draft like Kevin White or Aaron Maben or some shit.
Or a Leaf, Ryan Leaf.
Ryan Leaf, God dang. That's tough, man.
Somebody that...
Or go draft a Jordan Love,
Yeah. So, who... Well, I guess Drew Lock's there now.
Yeah.
Do you think Seattle's sticking with Drew Lock or they're going to... you said that supposedly, you could hear, we don't think you should draft a quarterback in the 9th pick. Most definitely not. But, they have other first-round and second-round picks. Do you think at some point in the draft they'll go quarterback anyways?
Probably.
Because there has been rumors out there showing pictures with Matt Corral, with Pete Carroll talking.
That would have to use with that 9th pick to get Corral. Cause
he'll be gone. He'll be gone by the 2nd round.
Oh yeah, but I say hold off on the first 4 or 5 rounds. Maybe the end of the 5th round, maybe 6th round. Go ahead and snag you a Bailey Zappi just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, I think somewhere in the late 3rd, early 4th at the very earliest. But I think your money round is going to be late 4th, early 5th.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Because my thing with Locke is it might just be he just might just need a new scene.
True. And plus, Pete Carroll, in my opinion, even though he's a defensive-oriented coach, he tends to get a right coach in there to teach quarterbacks. We've seen it through college and pro. He gets quarterbacks to where they need to be.
Yeah.
So, could be interesting. Speaking of the combine with Matt Corral and Pete Carroll going to speak about some combine stats here, if I can find it on the script.
All I know is there is some quick.
You see Jordan Davis running a 4.74.
I see that Buffalo Bills pick at 25 running a 4 something, 4.78, I think. That was quicker than man. I seen it early. He ran 0.05 quicker than a receiver.
Yeah, it's nuts. I saw the Jordan Davis thing. He's 6'6", 340, running a 4.8.
Man,
that's dangerous.
He's out there cooking.
Out there putting the burners on. Anyways, a lot of speed, a lot of guys being sub 4.4. Carolina supposedly impressed with Ritter. Zappi performs very well at it. Like we just said, Jordan Davis is literally could be very well lab experiment from what I've seen. I didn't get to see much of the combine. I just saw kind of highlights because I don't have cable at my house.
Yeah. So
that's unfortunate. Apparently, Breece Hall did really well. I think he was the 5th or 4th fastest running back.
Yeah, Javale would like that because the number 1 running back was Pierre Strong from
South Dakota State, from Little Rock. Yep.
Went to there ain't no school no more. What is it? That's tough. I can't remember what their school was, but they ain't got no school now. They were in Little Rock.
It's not the one that
McClellan. That's what it is. Yep.
Yeah, didn't they merge with to be Southwest?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
I think it was them and somebody else merged together. So
Anyways, release reports Amari Cooper not expected to be re-signed before his $20 million. Is it $20 million is due?
Yeah.
Before technically the new season starts.
Yep.
As well as Zadarius Smith from Green Bay is not expected to be re-signed. Also being franchise tagged. Oh, actually, I apologize. I forgot Calvin Noy being confirmed to be released from New England.
That's big. I like Kyle.
I do too. I think he'll find somewhere, most definitely, to go.
Maybe Buffalo. Probably not though.
What about Amari? Where do you think Amari going to end up next year?
Amari, he seems like he would be a
Denver going to be spending some money for Amari?
He seems like he could fit over there.
I think so too.
But Amari, how much money does Seattle have is the question.
I think they're lower than what – I think Denver definitely still has more money than what Seattle does.
Because imagine him with Big DK and Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, it'd definitely be dangerous.
That would be something.
But now –
They'll probably be the Patriots, though.
True. That's where every star receiver goes. But it seems like also the Broncos have released or are going to be releasing Deshaun Hamilton, which will open up that third receiver slot. Hey, Jerry Jeudy, Amari Cooper, and Traylon Burks. Hey, what now?
Just kidding. Y'all ain't got a first-round pick.
True. You know, he can slide. He can easily very well slide.
I don't think he's going to slide that much now. When Philly's got 3 first-round picks.
True, because I don't think Denver's going to have a first or a second round this year. Or a first or second next year. So.
Tough times. They end up to win it. Like the Rams.
They're going to try to spend some – they got to spend some money.
They trying to pull the Rams.
Because you ain't going to build from the draft this year.
No.
Getting franchise tagged. Orlando Brown Jr. has been franchise tagged from Kansas City. David Njoku has been a franchise tag from Cleveland. Jesse Bates from Cincinnati. Mike Gesicki, tight end from Miami.
I like it.
Dalton Schultz, which I was honestly really expecting that.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to let him go after the kind of year that he had. Cam Robinson from Jacksonville.
Yeah.
He has it weird in the script. I was tripping.
Yeah, he puts a JAC instead of JAX.
Yeah. Confuses the hell out of me too. Alex, please, for Jacksonville, put JAX. Makes things so much easier.
Or at least JAG. Like, Jag would even be better than Jack.
Devontae Adams, of course, being franchise tag, which is huge for the Packers. They're able to at least keep those core 3 players together with Devontae, Aaron Jones, and, of course, Aaron Rodgers.
And Alan Lazard out there. I like him.
Yeah.
Javad likes him. He went to Ohio State.
That makes me like him a little less.
Dude, I was on the Lazard train for like 2 years. Just sneaking in there and just now he just keeps falling off the depth chart, you know. It is what it is.
Yeah. So also big news coming out, at least for our state here in Arkansas. We finally got online betting, whether it's mobile or through the website. The reason why I bring this up, because Calvin Ridley a couple days ago was suspended for all of next year for gambling, for sports betting. Supposedly there was a game that he did bet against or with the Atlanta Falcons.
It was an 18 parlay.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Do you agree with this kind of punishment? I mean, there's been reports that there hasn't been any kind of like inside information given out when he was betting or anything. So technically, it was just a guy like, hey, let's throw some money on this game. Let's see what happens. Do you think because he plays in the NFL, the punishment should be that crucial or that bad? Or do you think it's just like a, kind of over-exaggerating kind of thing?
A little bit of both. Because, Pete Rose, he can't go in the Hall of Fame because he bet on baseball.
Yeah, but that's a little different. Like, I mean, it's a little different. He was doing it. He was doing it for years. I know technically by sports, you're not supposed to be betting on sports if you play, right?
Yeah.
But
he was, see, what gets me is he took time away to focus on his mental health, and he over here making a $1,500 bet. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I also saw this thing. I forgot how much technically money he's going to lose for next year, but basically he's going to lose millions and millions of dollars for $1,500.
My thing is, how stupid can you be? to put your name as Calvin Ridley on the slip, and you borrow somebody else's phone. Come on, man. Why you gotta use your actual name? Rookie mistake, man. Rookie mistake.
I mean, the way I see it, I don't really see a big deal as long as you're not using inside information. As far as like, I mean, I don't even know what you could be using.
See,
but
if you don't bet on your team or the team that
they're playing,
your team's playing, I think other than that, it should be fair game. But I mean, you know,
and I agree, you know. But, I mean, how many times have we, you know, I'm sure there's people out there, even in high school games, you know, they have a buddy on the opposing team. And he's like, oh, I bet you $5 I'm going to win this game.
Yeah.
You know, technically that's gambling with your team. Hello. You can't do that. So.
See, if you allow betting, though, it'll end up like Gronk. He needed, like, what was it, like 100 yards or something like that. Tom Brady just throwing the ball a couple times, you know.
I mean, I agree. I see
also incentives, though.
True.
So
I mean, that's in his contract.
Yeah,
it's a lot different, you know. But you're right. It can't. It could get to a point. Yeah, it could get to a point to where, you know, if we did allow it, people would be maybe throwing, you know, not running as hard, not tackling, you know, because they're, you know, whatever it is. So,
see, being a Sacramento Kings fan, I have kind of a hatred towards gambling and stuff like that because of Dungy or Donahue or Tom Donahue or whatever his bitch ass name is against the he kind of fixed them games against the Lakers in the Western Conference Championship. So I'm still a little salty about that. We ain't been good since.
Yeah, man, I don't think it should ever really be a thing, but I think if you do it, especially since he wasn't with the team at the time.
He was still under contract though.
I mean, he was still under contract, but he wasn't with the team.
It's like, if you got a job, and so like I have a job where we have certain beer. Like if I was sitting up here and I was wearing a Corona hat and like a Modelo shirt, and my background was like fucking Miller Lite, my job would be like, sir, what the hell are you doing? That is our rival companies. I mean, it used to be my company. So.
True.
But yeah, so now all my gear I got to be like, shit. It's only on my off days I can't leave the house in it. Might get a picture and get fired, you know. So that's kind of how I look at it, you know.
True. It's very interesting. But so I know we've been debating here in the last couple of weeks what we're going to do this mock draft. We've talked about all the talking points I typically want to talk about. We can go more in depth if you'd like to. What's our timestamp over there?
Well, we said 23 minutes.
Okay, we have kind of flown through these topics. We don't have, you know, a third person to bounce off stuff and continuously bounce off. This very well could be a very short show.
Let's talk about these ones we wasn't gonna talk about. How about that?
All right, sounds good.
Add a little bit of time on there, you know.
All right, we'll extend it out. We'll go a little bit more in depth as well. You know, we'll try to link this out a little bit. So Von Miller was a couple days ago teasing that his return to Denver, which now kind of makes sense since we know the trade. Maybe he had some, you know, insider information of what was coming,
or maybe he thought, you know, Rodgers was coming.
True. So apparently posted 2 posts on Instagram saying, "Can I get my old locker back?" And then another post saying 58 or 40.
See, I looked at that post and I don't know if it was a fake post or whatever, but the little diamonds that he had were blue and yellow, not orange and blue.
True.
I might have needed to turn my brightness up a little bit.
But then again, he could be stunned his Super Bowl ring or whatever kind of jewelry he got from L.A.
Yeah. You got a point there.
I mean, it very well could have been like he saw a cool photo that he saw when he went from, you know, last season or whatever.
Yeah.
And was like, okay, let's put a Denver uniform on that.
Well, he could have put the other one as the Rams with the 40. I mean,
true.
I don't know.
I mean, it definitely could have been done differently. Do you think he goes back? Because he is a free agent.
I mean, he can do whatever he wants. He got a ring. He can go to the damn Jets if he wanted to. Ain't nobody gonna question him. I mean, they might question him.
Why he going to the Jets? You obviously aren't hunting.
I mean, you got a ring, you can do whatever you want, pretty much. Come to Buffalo.
Very true. Very true. So Trubisky, speaking of your Buffalo, Trubisky expected to get starting money this offseason.
As expected. Like, that's why he came to Buffalo. You bring your stock up. It's like, to me, Buffalo right now, because you have your franchise for the rest of his career, however long it's going to be. Hopefully he's like 45, you know, a little bit later than Thomas Brady. But I say if you're a quarterback and you need to revive your career, come to Buffalo, because we expect him 1 year. And he was I had him going with Dayball. Wherever Dayball went, he would go. But I think they're going to keep Danny Dimes or find an actual starter. So Trubisky might be like Indianapolis would be a solid spot.
Yeah, I think that would be a good fit.
A little bit cheaper than Wentz, you know, a little bit more durable because he hasn't played in a year. And he's learned a little bit. But I say Indianapolis or maybe Carolina.
I mean, and also you got to think, what if he goes to, you know, Indianapolis or Carolina or wherever he may end up and plays well? You know, he doesn't have to play on an all-pro level, but play well. What does that say about, you know, Chicago's old coaching staff and how they just ruined that man's career? As far as, like, you know, people were dogging him. I mean, at one point, I'm pretty sure they were booing him in the stadium.
Yeah. See, to me, Trubisky's not as bad as people say he was. He literally had no chance. Like, he had no chance to shine because Nagy had his own little system, and he was not budging at all. See, that's why I think Fields going to do a little bit better because Matt Nagy still had that same system under Fields. So,
yeah, I agree. And honestly, you know, with all these quarterbacks being a professional level, I don't think people necessarily always grasp the idea. You know, they say, oh, he's trash. But the gap in between an NFL starter and a bench player is smaller than, you know, a bench player and a normal, you know, even a normal college athlete that doesn't even get drafted. Is that gap there is much wider than it is between a starter and a bench player.
Yeah, like, you can literally make a career out of being a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
You can make so much money. Like, dude, you could probably top $60 million and probably play 7 games in your career.
Yeah, and so, like, and the reason why I'm bringing that up is because, you know, I'm always a big fan of these guys that they continuously get dogged on, like a Trubisky, like a Danny Dimes, like a Trey Lance, Justin Fields, hell, even Rosen, you know, from a couple years back.
He didn't have no chance.
I don't like his attitude, but in order to even make it to the NFL, you have to be good at your craft. Now, whether it's good enough to be a starter, that's up to you. Yeah. But you've got to. I've always said you've got to have the right situation, the right coaching, and be willing to put in the work. Now, putting the work is all on you. Now, with the situation they get put in, of course, that's based on, you know, whatever team drafts you. But any quarterback could potentially be, you know, your next, you know, Peyton Manning, your next, you know, Tom Brady. It just depends on what kind of situation you get put into. Because who knew 20 years ago, 25 years ago, you know, Tom Brady would have been the player that he is today.
See, I always think of the situation, and I think of one guy in, like, obviously being a Penn State fan, Christian Hackenberg. That 1 year under Bill O'Brien, probably one of the best freshman years Penn State's ever had. And then the next 2 years under James Franklin, he just looked barely average. Yeah. Went to the NFL, nothing. So, yeah, system really, really does make a lot out of the player. Like, let's say Tom Brady didn't have Bill Belichick. Would he be Tom Brady?
Yeah. You know, just say, what if somebody else drafted, you know, so what if somebody took a bigger chance on Tom Brady in an earlier round? Yeah. You know, a team that might have not been as set up as New England at the time. You know, because at the time, you know, they had Drew Bledsoe. They already had pretty much a starter. But unfortunately, you know, Drew Bledsoe went down, and then Tom Brady came in and never really relinquished that spot.
Yep.
So, you know, it's definitely based on situationals, what kind of coaching staff you go into. And, hell, if you go in there and the starter gets hurt and you get to play, or vice versa, you know. So there's a lot of stuff to go into it. So I try not to dog, you know, especially pro quarterbacks as much as I can. There are times I'm like, okay, man, it's like you're professional. You missed a 3-yard dig. Like, come on now. Can't be doing that.
But you can throw it 80 yards.
For real.
You ain't got no accuracy, but, I mean, you can throw it.
Got that arm. So continuing on with some of this stuff, Mike Williams, of course, is re-signing with the Chargers. Expected to be a long-term deal.
Yeah, you got paid.
I didn't see the actual contract numbers. If you did,
I think it was 3 or 4 years for $60 million. I might be wrong on that. It might be $30 million for 2 years. Fuck it.
I mean, even
he's
then,
getting paid.
Yeah,
That's
even then, that's getting paid.
He's getting paid.
So a lot of news with the Panthers. You know, they were in talks with Russell Wilson, and they're in talks with all these other people and players. But big news saying that coach and ownership are talking about trades for C-Mac.
Yeah.
Panthers want at least a first rounder and another piece as far as like another key player. C-Mac has missed 23 of 33 games. Would you deal C-Mac? And if so, what would be the key spot to do it with, and how much would you give up to do it?
I would. Bills and probably Giants. I don't know, because C-Mac and Barkley both injury prone, so might not do that one. Buffalo, they need a running back. Perfect fit. I'd say.
I think C-Mac fits Buffalo's offense a little better.
Yeah,
because he's typically a much better receiver. Now,
it would look like Cole Beasley out there.
I'm not doubting Saquon's catching ability, because he can catch the ball, but I think C-Mac is just a little bit better at catching the ball. I think it might fit the offense a little bit better. But honestly, I think Saquon's a better fit for Buffalo.
Yeah.
Honestly, with C-Mac, I don't know where else he would go. I mean, there are some teams that will probably be willing to throw everything at him, but
looking to see who needs a running back in the first round. I mean, the Raiders.
Possibility. Well, I mean, how was Josh Jacobs do last year? I thought he had a pretty good year.
Him and Drake split carries.
Gotcha.
So their stock went way down.
What about a team like the Chargers?
They have Eckler. And Josh Jackson, I think. Justin Jackson? No, some Jackson dude. Washington got some good. Broncos got some good. Falcons. No, in division. Can't trade it. Can't trade a guy in division. Man, they have no value really. I don't think. Who you think? Chicago's got a running back, Monty.
I mean, it's really just a typical of what you're willing to do to upgrade, right?
The Lions would be the only team I can really think of, but they're not going to get rid of their first pick, you know?
Yeah. They're going to try to hunt down a quarterback.
With that second first-round pick. That's what they're doing. Oh, yeah, they're locked in. I mean, pick 32 is going to be a quarterback. You ain't even got to look at the draft. You know, after the 31st pick, turn that thing off because Detroit's getting a quarterback.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. They're not passing like Aiden at number 2, though.
Oh, no.
Guarantee you that.
No, not at all.
You don't see a hometown kid and just be like, I think we're going to go Kyle Williams here, you know? Or not Kyle Williams, Kyle Hamilton. This man over here throwing his phone and stuff.
It fell off my lap, man. I tried to put it in my little hoodie pocket and it fell out. But I agree. I mean, the thing is that could be very, very, very well possible, which would be a very Giants thing to do.
Yeah.
Giants trade Saquon and then try to get C-Mac.
I mean, you know.
It's a very Giants thing to do. And speaking of New York or New Jersey, what about, the Jets? Who are their running backs?
They got Michael Carter from North Carolina. He's
pretty solid.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Their backup is, I don't know. I can't remember his name. They have like 7 fucking running backs on the team this year.
I don't know. Like I said, it really just comes down to what a team is willing to do to upgrade.
See, there's not really a team that needs a superstar running back that can give up what they're asking for, Like Houston's not going to trade the 3rd pick to get C-Mac. Is it the 3rd pick, 4th pick, something like that?
I think it's the 3rd.
3rd, yeah. They're not going to trade the 3rd pick to get C-Mac when they can take Kyle Hamilton or Thibodeau.
Yeah, I
maybe
agree, and I think it's gonna kind of hurt, especially running backs going forward because, a buddy of mine, Clifton, was speaking about it. It's been a kind of a thing when running backs get to over that 300, 350 career carries.
Yeah,
their progression significantly dwindles. And I'm sure, C-Mac is around that range right now, as far as touches. So, I mean, it's really just how much are you willing to risk, especially with a player like that who's missed 23 out of 33 games.
Yeah. I mean, you can just go all in like the Rams did. Send the farm. Let's go win Super Bowl 50, whatever. 57. I didn't know it was 57. Thank you for that.
Yep. The one thing
after 50, I was like,
yeah, same.
That one.
Only reason why I remember the next one's 57 because I just remember the freaking announcers at the last Super Bowl just constantly saying the Rams win 56, whatever. And so,
Chris Collinsworth.
Yes,
that's my dude, right?
Dude, his voice is very, very memorable.
Bro, his son has the exact same voice. Dude, it fucked me up. I wasn't looking at the TV and I could hear it. I look up at some young kid. I'm like, hold up, what? And then his name popped up, Jack Collinsworth or something like that. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. His rest of his life's gonna suck because nobody likes Chris Collinsworth.
Yeah, I mean, does he? Yeah, I don't know. I'm mixed about him, to be honest.
I don't know him and who's the Colin Cowherd? I love Colin Cowherd too. The little on FS1.
Yeah, Colin Cowherd.
Yeah,
Cowherd, whatever his name is.
Yeah. The Herd. I'm
a big fan of Stephen A. Austin. Or Stephen A. Smith. Sorry, Stephen A. I mean, I'm a big fan of Stephen A. Austin too, but Stephen A. Smith. Not a lot of people like him, but I do.
Yeah, I like debates. I mean, I don't see me. I don't care if I have a dog in the fight. I don't care if I agree with you. I'm just gonna talk shit, especially if I'm at work getting paid for it. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk even more shit. Like Casey, I would talk shit about Florida State. I wouldn't even care, knowing I'm a Florida State baseball fan a little bit. So I would still talk shit about Florida State baseball to him, just to rile them up one day.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely rile some people up about some Florida State real quick. But hey,
how you gonna beat Duke and only be 15-13 on basketball? Come on now.
Tough, dude. Hey. Speaking of basketball, real quick, hey, them Hogs. I know we lost.
Texas,
Tennessee by what 2-4 something like that. After being down 21 at half.
Man, Arkansas they're doing a little something. Sunday. Selection Sunday is Sunday.
Yep.
That's a lot of S's, man.
Selection Sunday.
I'm glad I'm not Chase over here.
But it's definitely gonna be interesting. I know we're a football show, but we're gonna briefly kind of break off here because it is me and Tyler.
I mean, I'm not an Arkansas fan, but I like talking about Arkansas because that's all I ever hear. So
last time I checked, even though with the loss with Tennessee, Leonardi or whatever his name is still has us as a 4 seed.
Yeah, that's the last one I seen. Dude, they had Arkansas in the same region as. Let me look it up because it
was Kentucky and Kansas, I think.
Man, I looked at
because Kentucky was the 2 seed and Kansas was the 1.
Let's see, because I sent it to Tony. I was like, dude, that's probably the easiest. Here we go. It was a 4 seed with Gonzaga. Okay, but the bracket was Buffaloes with UConn, North Texas, and Arkansas, Vermont. I was like, that's too damn easy. And I look at the top half, and it says Gonzaga, Nicholls State, Alcorn State, TCU, and San Diego State. I was like, right there, you're winning all them games. Like even Gonzaga, Arkansas could beat Gonzaga.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
And then you look at the bottom half of the bracket.
The bracket that I saw was like the Midwest or Mid-South or something like that, and we had like Kentucky and Kansas in there. Like, but that was a couple weeks ago when we were projected as a 6 seed.
Yeah, the Arkansas dude, they went on a little run here late. I can't even find this little updated bracket, but the Arkansas gonna make a little run, you know.
I'm excited. I mean, I've never seen Arkansas higher than what we were last year.
Yeah.
As far as seeded wise, and I think what we were 7 or 6 or last year, something like that.
Yeah, I think it was a 6. And then, I listen to Mad Dog Sports on Sirius XM every day because, fuck it, I pay it every month. I'm going to listen to it, you know. And I think it wasn't Chris Russo. It was a different host. Dude picked Arkansas to win. He's like, I mean, right now they're the hottest team in basketball. Who's going to stop them, really? Like, if they don't stop themselves, nobody's going to stop them.
I agree, especially with Duke losing to North Carolina with Mr. K or Coach K's last game, which was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
And there's not really a team hotter than Arkansas right now, so that's always nice. Even though our baseball is struggling,
dude, baseball is they're a little rough right now.
But I still have hope. So, you want to talk about a little about? You want to jump into what we want for our mock draft 2.0? Do you want to talk about what our 1.0 was?
I guess 1.0. I would bring it up, but I have no idea how to work this thing, and I don't want to close everything out.
You should be able to just go to the Discord. Can't speak right now. Go to our Discord, and you should be able to go to our mock drafts. Should be a link there.
Oh man. Okay, now we're cooking. Okay, yours is first or mine?
Let's do yours first because mine's probably going to be very controversial.
Oh, motherfucker. Hold up.
Is it not there?
Nah, I put it in something else. I don't know what I put it in, though. Damn it. That's when Alex needs to be here to tell me where I put it.
Damn it, Alex.
Bro, I put it somewhere. Okay, it is somewhere in here, but lucky for me, I do have it on my phone.
Yeah, but it's like mine's where it's supposed to be. So.
And let's see. Mock draft. Here we go. Do you have mine pulled up?
No, I just have mine pulled up.
Okay.
I can try and pull up yours, but I have no idea where it is.
Okay, how about this? I'm gonna screenshot it and send it to you.
Put it in the Discord chat to where I can just pull it up on the screen.
Okay, bet. Under mine?
Yeah.
Obviously. That makes sense. Man, we over struggling.
Hey, this is what happens when somehow we talk through all those topics so quickly. I know we didn't typically go in depth like we normally do, but
it is what it is, man.
You know, I guess that's what kind of show you get when you have me and Tyler here.
Okay, here we go. Look, I just got a text from Shefty. It is this year's first and second round pick, next year's first and second round pick, and this year's fifth round for Seattle's fourth round this year. So yeah, that is correct. First 2 picks this year and next year.
That's what I figured it was going to be.
That's tough.
You know, that's still a lot to give up.
I mean,
but for Russell Wilson, I guess you're just right on the dot. But as far as Seattle-wise, you're getting less than what you gave up for Jamal Adams.
Yeah. I mean.
And Russell Wilson was your franchise player.
But him and Pete weren't good together.
True.
Here lately. You know.
True. I think it was more of a disconnect between Pete and ownership.
Yeah.
Or the higher-ups than it was between Pete and Russell.
I mean, you got to get rid of somebody. You got to get rid of your coach or a guy that's probably got like 5 or.
And I think what really hurt Russ is what he did last year with supposedly talking or getting angry with ownership or whatever.
Yeah.
So that definitely hurt him.
Yep.
So kind of saw that coming. I definitely knew that Russell would be gone before Pete because, they kind of won before Russell was there. Yep. They weren't the best, but they won before he was there. They won a Super Bowl with him. So,
it's like Bill Belichick and Tom Brady.
Yeah. Always going to get rid of a player before you get rid of a coach. Yeah. Typically.
Hopefully it's not the same with Josh Allen and McDermott. They're never going to leave each other.
I hope not.
It's going to be 3 years from now, and it's going to be like, Josh Allen just got traded. Tom Brady just got fired. We went 1-16. I'm like, God damn, man, come on now.
That's tough. You get yours in the tab.
I do indeed. It's a little small on my screen, but it is.
You should be able to click on it and then go to open the original. It'll open a new tab.
Oh, God dog it.
Then click, see the very top. And then drag it down. There you go.
I'm going to mess up one of these days, man. Y'all ever let me play with computers? Come on now. Okay, now we're cooking.
But I say it's small for me just because fucking. I mean, it's a tiny ass fucking laptop I'm on right now.
Man, I was moving the camera, but I doubt you can see that one better than that one.
Yeah, no, I definitely see this one a lot better. My eyesight's gone to trash since I've gotten older.
Say we're gonna bust out this little TV.
And you know how dope that would be. We have a TV here. I know y'all can't really see it.
It ain't got wheels. Never.
It'd just be able to throw it up there.
This ain't the school. This ain't the school TV they used to bring in the class and
On the real roller thing with a little VHS tape. Always do that.
Nah, ain't gonna try.
Yeah, ain't gonna work.
Ain't gonna try. It's a big.
Anyway,
one,
just know it's a TV on a single stand. It'd be great for like a PowerPoint like this, but we're not set up. We're a terrible football show. So, anyways, let's get right and talk it to yours. Who do you have 1 through 5?
See, I have. It's obviously going to change. Like all of our marks are going to change.
Yeah,
ain't nobody going to stay the same. But damn, I didn't realize I had this guy here before. But Evan Neal, Jaguars, they're gonna take offense guy. So I'm gonna take Evan Neal right now. Aiden, like we mentioned earlier, staying home, staying in Detroit. Kayvon Thibodeau, Houston. They're gonna try to get that Mario Williams connection again. Try and get that, or Jadeveon Clowney, that's what it was. And then the Jets, Derek Stingley Jr., cornerback LSU. I feel like they're gonna go defense here because they have the 10th pick. And they can go a little bit offense, or shit, they just take whoever's left at the 10th pick. And then the Giants, you got Barkley. You need somebody to protect Danny Dimes. Let's go Akum Aquanu, North Carolina State, the best lineman in the draft, in my opinion. What you got?
My 5 is pretty close.
Pretty close. Top 3 are the same, I guarantee it.
Yeah, top 3 is the same. I've got Evan Neal going 1, which unfortunately, I know you don't have mine pulled up, but I put JAC 2. I need to fix that.
You put who?
JAC for Jacksonville. So I think they're going to stick with, trying to keep Trevor Lawrence upright. They're going to go Evan Neal, offensive tackle from Alabama. Detroit going hometown boys, Aiden Hutchinson. Houston's going Kayvon Thibodeau. The Jets I have going Derek Stingley Jr. 5 is where I kind of go different here. I think they go defense.
Yeah.
They from what I've seen, they give up a lot of points, a lot of yards.
Yeah.
They need to solidify that front 7, and I think Ojobu from Michigan is Ajabu, whatever his name is.
He's the other Michigan guy.
Michigan guy. I think he's a good fit. I mean, and of course, there's other pieces that you can fit in there. I could very well throw Jordan Davis in right there, very easily.
Yeah.
But I just
have Jordan Davis.
I don't even think,
bro. You ain't even had him in the first round.
Yeah. Which, I said, this was my first ever mock draft.
I could tell whenever you had Akum Aquanu at 31. I went down at the bottom of the first to see what quarterback he had.
Going 32 to the Lions.
Yeah, you put the Rams there too, and that one really got me.
Yeah, that was. I didn't know it. I didn't know at the time that I don't know when I pulled up like a mock draft or whatever, like just like a template.
Yeah,
it had the Rams on there, so I was just kind of doing that, and I was literally multitasking at the time with one monitor. My menu before my PC went to shit.
Yep.
So I literally had like player rankings. I had like, schemes set up and like what type of player are they typically looking for, like what kind of like defensive fronts they're running. Are they running 3-4, 4-3, or things like that. And honestly, I just got lost in the sauce. Jordan Davis very well could go 5 very easily,
especially after the compound.
Yes, yeah. He very well will. I mean, in my next mock draft, he'll definitely be in the top 10, guaranteed.
Yeah. I'm gonna say between 12 and 22, in my opinion, because I doubt he's gonna get past the Chargers. But you also have Trayvon Walker. going to the Chargers, which that is a pretty solid pick. If I must say so myself.
So I'll go ahead and do my 6 through 10. And again, guys, I did this from a standpoint of what I think these teams need in order to build success for the future. Not, best available. Let's get this guy and let's throw him in there. So that's what my defense is. I know it's probably a shitty mock draft, but hey, it's my first ever one.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So 6, I have Charlie Cross, offensive tackle, going from Mississippi State to Carolina. The Giants pick from Chicago, I have them getting Devin Lloyd, going defense again with a linebacker. They need to solidify that front seven, like I said. 8, I have Atlanta taking DeMarvin Leal, defensive lineman from Texas A&M. And then 9, I have Nakobe Dean, linebacker from Georgia, going to Denver, but we know that's not Denver's pick anymore. This is old. These are like literally a month old. So, a lot of stuff is gonna be different. And then 10, I have the Jets selecting Kyle Hamilton from Notre Dame.
Pretty solid. Okay, let's go to mine. I don't know where mine went. So I'm not even gonna bring it up. Okay. So with the 6th pick, I have the Carolina Panthers taking Kyle Hamilton. To me, he's the best defensive back in the draft. I would, if it wasn't the Jaguars picking at number 1, I would say he could possibly be the number 1 pick. But Jaguars need everything, so they're not gonna take it on a safety.
Yeah.
Let's see, the Giants. I have taken David Ojabo, linebacker, Michigan. I could definitely see them taking another lineman here because I do not know what the cap situation looks like. I feel like I say that every episode, but
I think it's like in the middle. But maybe I could be wrong.
I mean, if you want to go spend some money on some linemen or if you want to draft some linemen, that's all up to them. I could definitely see them taking 2 defense players here. I could definitely see them taking two offensive guys, like offensive line guys here.
It just really depends on what that front office wants to build first.
Yeah.
And typically they know if they're going to deal Saquon or not. Yeah. So that's what it really comes down to. If you start seeing defense come off the board, typically they're probably going to get rid of Saquon.
They're going to rebuild the whole entire everything.
But if you see them, start building offensive linemen, things like that, you're probably going to keep Saquon and try to build around him. Yeah. So we'll see.
They need to take the Dallas approach. Just rebuild that line now and figure it out later. Just don't miss on getting your lineman,
Because if you have a great offensive line like Dallas has had, I know Dallas hasn't won anything with it, which is, a very Dallas thing to do. But if you build a great offensive line, especially through a draft, and have these guys for 8, 9, 10 years, you can take an average player, hint, DeMarco Murray, and make them look great.
Yeah.
So
I'm all about building the offensive line, though.
I am too.
Look at me on the Madden drafts, man. I go offensive line like my first between pick 10 and like 20. Man, I got my whole offensive line picked out. Build that offensive line, worry about it later. Because you got to protect somebody. You can't be out there looking like Luke Jokel,
Or Joe Burrow. Getting sacked 70 times this year.
Hey, they almost got it, though. So, let's see where I'm at. 8, Atlanta Falcons. See, my pick as of today will definitely not be this one because I have George Karlaftis from Purdue. He is a defensive end linebacker combo. Obviously, if I was doing it right now, I would definitely not take him because they do not have a wide receiver. And there's a guy named Traylon Burks that is available. Foreshadowing right there. Denver Broncos, obviously not Denver no more. So we're not going to select Charles Croft from Mississippi State unless Seattle wants to do that, which I will gladly applaud them because that is a solid pick because you got Drew Lock now. So, if I would have did it for Denver, I would probably do it for Seattle.
Yeah, and that's what's kind of funny with me. A lot of their problems are similar, right?
Yeah.
It's offensive line and front seven.
Yep.
And then pieces here and there in secondary, and then they're golden. So it is what it is. But that's at 9. What's their 10th pick?
And then 10th pick, I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not realize I had the Jets taking 2 cornerbacks because I had them taking Sauce Gardner from Cincy, and that is actually a little mind blowing to me because I did not notice that.
Honestly, they could probably use the help anyways, but they're not going to go 2 corners.
I mean, that's a
Well, technically, it was a corner and a safety, right?
no. It's Derek Stingley and Sauce.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's a what?
It's a hell of a 1-2 combo, though.
Let's look at Alex's real quick because
I've got it pulled up right here.
okay, yeah. Cause
Do you want to go? Do you want to go through his 1 through 10?
Yeah, because they've heard ours.
All right.
Let's hear the master over here.
So, Mr. Alex Lights 1 through 10, 1.0 mock draft. He's got Jacksonville. His for top 3 is the same. He's got Jacksonville taking Evan Neal, Detroit taking Aiden, Houston taking Kayvon. He has the Jets taking Kyle Hamilton.
Solid.
Instead of Derek Stingley. He has the Giants taking Akeem Iquanu, if I said that right. Iquanu. Offensive tackle from NC State.
I like it.
He has Carolina Panthers taking Pickett at 6.
Kenny Pickett. They do need a quarterback.
Which I like the pick. I don't like it so late because honestly, I mean that's literally taking a Cincinnati standpoint. Let's get the piece now, but that's a strong belief in a Kenny Pickett guy. That don't get me wrong, I think he's the most NFL ready.
Baby hands.
He's the most NFL ready quarterback I think in the draft. Yeah. Malik is kind of showing some stuff, especially through the combine, but I still think he's the most mentally ready for the NFL. I still wouldn't take him inside the top 15.
No, I wouldn't take a quarterback top 15. I'll say that. And then
he has the Giants via Chicago pick taking George Karlaftis, the Purdue edge. Karlaftis, yeah. And then he has at 8 Atlanta Falcons taking Garrett Wilson, receiver from Ohio State.
Solid.
9, he has the Broncos taking Sam Howell, quarterback out of North Carolina, which we know that now it's not going to happen because they've got Russell Wilson.
And probably not going to happen in Seattle because they got Drew Lock and Geno Smith.
True. So that's kind of washed. So and at 10, he has the Jets taking Ahmad Gardner, cornerback from Cincinnati.
Yep. Sounds about right. That's what I had. Okay. You want to go through 11 through whatever?
Go through your 11 through 20. You want to go through 11, 15, or 11 through 20?
Let's go 20 because I'm looking at. We're going to start with quarterback and with quarterback. How about that? So Washington Commanders, they are a new team. Commanders, I know you like them. That's your favorite team now.
Red Hogs.
Well, I got them taking.
If it would have been the Red Hogs, I guarantee I would be sitting here today with a Red Hogs jersey on.
Yep,
but it's not the case.
Okay, so I have them taking Mr. Golden Corral, Matt Corral, Ole Miss. I mean, why not? They need a quarterback. I wouldn't do it that early, though. And then I got Minnesota Vikings taking one of the best inside offensive linemen, not named Tyler. Kenyon Green, offensive guard from Texas A&M. You know, they like their money. Cleveland Browns, we got the first wide receiver off the board, Drake London. That is a big man. Big men do big things, okay? Baltimore Ravens, you see the Ravens, you got to go linebacker, Devin Lloyd, Utah. Probably the best linebacker in the.
Yeah, I think he's the second best. I really like Will Anderson, in my opinion. I think his motor is just outstanding.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, Devin Lloyd is a monster. He'll be a good linebacker for any NFL team that he goes to.
Big facts. And then Philadelphia with one of their 19 picks in the first round. We got another wide receiver, Garrett Wilson from Ohio. Then they're gonna go pick. They got back-to-back picks. This how you build a draft right here. You get back-to-back picks, and you're like, well, fuck it. You got.
See, now you're throwing stuff over there.
If people don't know, I got my Bills hat. Didn't feel like wearing it because we released AJ Klein today, so T's and P's to him. Nobody knows who he is, but it is what it is.
Nope.
He used to be a Carolina Panther, so obviously he's a Bill. Okay, so with the Eagles, I got the best center in the draft, Tyler Linderbaum from the Iowa Hawkeyes. I know you like that, Javad. And here we go with the next one.
Probably doesn't like him going to Philly though.
That I didn't think about that connection, but I feel that. Okay. So with the 17th pick, I got the Los Angeles Chargers taking the big man, Jordan Davis from Georgia.
Which would be huge.
I mean, he is a pretty big man.
He is a big man, 6'6", 340.
Dude, I bet. Does he run faster than Bosa?
Yeah.
That's fucking wild. Okay. So the Saints.
He ran faster 40 times than Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, Patty, he got Jackson all over his back, you know. Goddamn it, boy. Okay. New Orleans Saints, you know, they got a big need at quarterback. But we're gonna play the accent card here. We're not gonna take quarterback, we're gonna take cornerback. Damn near the same thing. I know, I understand, I feel it. Andrew Booth from Clemson, cornerback. So they're going defense on the first round pick. Then we got the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, I'm tired of saying their name. So we're going to go Nakobe Dean, linebacker, Georgia. Pretty simple like a pimple. And then the second quarterback off the board, Mr. Kenny Pickett to Pittsburgh Steelers from the Pittsburgh Panthers.
All right. I'll go over my 11 through 20, and I'll hit up Alex's 11 through 20. So 11 through 20 for me, I have Washington taking a corner defensive back. I see them going ahead and taking up Andrew Booth Jr. from Clemson. Even though they did get Cam Curl from Arkansas through an unrestricted free agency last year, and he played really well, they need somebody to – they need a number one guy to stop a number one receiver. Of course, there could be other guys out there, but I think Booth is going to be their guy. 12, I have George Karlaftis going to Minnesota. Minnesota's been struggling to have a guy to set the edge ever since Jared Allen left. Mr. 6'9" himself. Nice. Anyways, so yeah, I have them going with George at 12. 13, I have Cleveland taking Drake London, which in my opinion fits what they want in receiver. Very tall, very lanky, aggressive with the ball in the air. And like Alex said last week, very well, you know, if he didn't get hurt, very well could have been the number one, if not already the number one receiver in this class, even though as much as I think it's still Burks, but you know, that's no bias whatsoever.
No bias
whatsoever. 14, I have Baltimore taking Ahmad Gardner, Mr. Sauce himself from Cincinnati. And then with Philly's 15 and 16 picks, I have them getting Arnold. I'm not even going to pronounce that, but Penn State guy. Yeah, Penn State guy. And then I have them going cornerback with the 16th pick with Trent McDuffie.
Solid.
Cornerback from Washington. I have the Chargers taking Trayvon Walker, defensive end from Georgia, which honestly, I would put Jordan Davis there, to be honest. But my dumbass wasn't thinking.
I mean, I like how you figured out where Arnold was, though. That's probably the biggest kicker up there.
Yeah. And then 18, sorry, I have the Saints taking Matt Corral, which honestly, it won't surprise me if he's gone by then, to be honest.
Yeah.
19, I have Philly taking Cameron Thomas, defensive end from San Diego State. And then 20, I have Kenny Pickett going to Pittsburgh from Pittsburgh.
Sounds about right.
Alex. How do you scroll on this bitch? I have no idea how you scroll on this laptop.
We over here struggling, man.
Okay, so I can tell you 11 through 17. That's all I can see. I don't know how to scroll on this laptop. Struggling.
2 fingers, Doc.
It
took me like a month.
That worked, bro. All right. So 11, he has Washington Commanders taking Matt Corral, which honestly, if they're going to select a quarterback there, I'll honestly like Malik Willis for that team a little bit better. Fits kind of what the coach, I forgot his name. Ron Rivera likes to do. I think it fits him a little better. He has Minnesota taking Derek Stingley at 12, which I think would be insane if he falls that far. Yeah, because he has. Okay, I was tripping. I thought he had him on here twice. The Saints, he has taken Malik Willis, quarterback from Liberty, at 18. And I know I just skipped some. 13, he has Cleveland Browns taking Chris Olave, receiver from Ohio State. 14, Ravens taking Charlie Cross at offensive tackle from Mississippi State. 15 and 16 with the Philadelphia picks. He has Andre Booth Jr. going 15, Devin Lloyd going 16. At 17, he has the Chargers selecting Kenyon Green, offensive guard from Texas A&M. And then, like I said, 18, the Saints taking Malik Willis. 19, Eagles taking Treylon Burks, receiver from Arkansas. And then 20, Steelers getting Tyler Lindenbaum, center from Iowa.
Solid.
All right. You want to cover the last 12, 20, or last 11, 21 through 32?
Sure. Might as well. So, the New England Patriots, I got Chris Olave. Might as well, because can't get Ridley now. So, let's go wide receiver right there. With the 22nd pick, the Vegas Raiders, as par, they're going to go wide receiver, Jamison Williams from Alabama. The Arizona Cardinals, somebody's got to protect the little man that throws the ball. So we're going to go Trevor Penning from Northern Iowa. No, Javad might like that. I don't know if he likes everything Iowa, but I feel like he does. So
I'm sure he does.
I mean, it's kind of like Arkansas. I guess I don't really know. Probably it's the opposite of Arkansas. How about that? So, the Dallas Cowgirls. Let's go keep the guy in state, in town. I don't know where Texas A&M is, so fuck that. DeMarvin Lil, defense tackle, Texas A&M. Dallas, one night. Okay, they need something. Buffalo, which I see this guy's name pop up a lot. Roger McCreary, cornerback, Auburn. That would be solid, man. We need a quarterback. The Tennessee Titans. I had to make sure that wasn't like all eyes right there. Care Elam, cornerback, Florida. Man, Nick, if you're listening to me, dude, tell me what this fucking name is, because I know he's a Florida fan. Tampa Bay Bucks, Kenneth Walker III from Michigan State. That pick's definitely going to change. We got the Packers. This pick will probably stay the same almost. Treylon Burks from the University of Arkansas, or Arkansas University. It's the University of Arkansas.
Yeah, University of Arkansas.
I know, because state's always in with university. It's all good, though. The Miami Dolphins, we're going to go away off the board. He's probably on like the 17th page. We're going to go Darian Kennard, tackle out of Kentucky. Don't know what this dude looks like. He's probably a big white guy, probably about 6'8", 358. I don't know. He might be like 6'1", 290. I don't know.
He just threw him in there.
Whatever he looks like, he probably going to do decent in Miami. How about that? Let's go with Kansas City. Let's take Jermaine Johnson II from the Florida State University.
FFS.
FFSU. Okay, here we go. Bang, bang. The Cincinnati Bengals are going to take Trent McDuffie from Washington. He is a cornerback. And then we just going to end it with the Lions. They're going to take a quarterback. Which quarterback they're going to take? Malik Willis, if he's there. Might as well. From the Liberty Flames.
Which would be a steal.
It would be a steal. They're going to take a quarterback. It don't matter what quarterback. They take one.
All right. So, 21, I have New England going after Jamison Williams, receiver from Alabama. 22, Vegas going receiver Garrett Wilson from Ohio State. I was going to put Vegas taking Jamison, but I think New England's going to like Jamison a little bit better. Probably take him if they could decide to go that route. 23, Arizona. I'm a big fan of this dude. I know he kind of gave up a lot of yards, but he didn't ever let anybody score on him. He was middle of the NCAA with interceptions. So I'm going 23, Arizona's going to take Kobe Bryant, cornerback from Cincinnati. 24, Dallas Cowgirls going Trevor Pennington, offensive tackle from Northern Iowa. I think they kind of started to try to rebuild that offensive line that was so great for so many years. 25 Buffalo going Jahan Dotson, which I think my co-host over here probably would like a little bit.
I would definitely like it, replacing Cole Beasley and probably McKenzie.
Yep.
So I would gladly take that.
So 26, I have Tennessee taking Trev McBride, tight end from Colorado State. Dude's a beast. Yeah. Have you seen him play?
Yeah, he's pretty solid.
Damn good tight end.
Yeah. They need it.
Yeah, they do. Especially because he is a combo tight end. He can block and catch. Great player. 27 of Tampa Bay taking Treylon Burks, which unfortunately I do not like, but they got to fill some spots, especially with Godwin most likely gone. That pick can very well change now that Tom Brady's retired, though. So, whatever. 28 Green Bay taking Chris Olave from Ohio State, which I don't think he would fall that far. But, this is my mock draft, not Mel Kiper's. Fuck off. So 29, I have Miami taking Tyler Lindenbaum, which again I don't think he'd fall that far. But again, my mock draft. 30, I have Kyler Gordon, cornerback from Washington, going to Kansas City. 31, Akeem Ikwanu, offensive tackle from NC State, going to Cincinnati. And then 32, the Lions taking Sam Howell. So, yeah.
Man, if Icon falls past 5, I'll be surprised.
Who?
Icon Ikwanu.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably going to be the number 1 pick.
So yeah. Two fingers scroll. Hello.
I said 2 fingers.
Hey, gotta scroll. All right, so Alex has 21. Patriots also selecting Jameson Williamson from Alabama. He has Vegas taking Jordan Davis at 22. Arizona taking Elam at what number was that? 23. 24, he has the Cowboys taking Daxon Hill, safety from Michigan. The Bills taking DeMarvin Leal, defensive tackle from Texas A&M. Tennessee taking David Ojobu, edge from Michigan. Tampa Bay taking Trayvon Walker at 27. 28, Packers taking Drake London, which I don't understand because he was so high on Drake, but yeah, he has him down at 28.
Right.
Whatever. 29, Miami taking Trevor Penning, offensive tackle from Northern Iowa. Kansas City taking Trent McDuffie, cornerback out of Washington at 30. 31, the Lions taking Jahan Dotson, receiver from Penn State. And for some reason, he has the Bengals at 32 and the Lions at 31. I just noticed that.
I think he did that before the Super Bowl.
Probably.
Because I guess he thought the Bengals were going to win.
Yeah. True. Hey, that's tough.
It is what it is.
So, anyways, he has 32 going at Nicolas Petit-Fier. Is that like French? I don't know.
Fuck if I don't.
Offensive tackle from Ohio State.
Hey, more about I mean, they do need some offensive linemen.
True. And also just noticed we could have been playing music that entire time.
Well, it is what it is,
Just playing some music.
God damn it, boy.
But that's what I get when I'm hosting, right? And not Alex. Alex has it all set up. He's been doing this.
See, I'm the music man too. Like I'm like, man, let's play some music. I just didn't even think about it.
I didn't either. I was just ready to roll.
Because I'm so used to Alex just going ahead. And
Alex is like, okay,
He said, what color?
Alex, be sure you put a sound warning on that.
Man.
Anyways, what is our timestamp at? What does it be like 40 minutes? I'm gonna be so mad.
It's like an hour 15, somewhere around there.
Anyways, I guess that's a good spot to call it. That's our version 1 mock drafts from me, Tyler, and Alex.
It's only like 2 months late, but it is what it is.
Yeah, which we've had them out on the website for a while. I mean, we've been advertising here on the show. Hopefully here soon, probably when we get back from our break, hopefully we'll have mock 2 out for each of us.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be working on that. if we have anything going on for the draft day, hopefully we get together and do the drafts live. That'd be interesting. Anything else you got on your mind before we get out of here?
Maybe next episode we can all three do a mock together.
Like live mock?
Sure, why not? I don't know how it's gonna work with 3 people, but
well, that and plus
32.
You got to think free agency will be next show. We'll continue to cover combine stuff that we didn't go over today. So a lot of stuff heading into the next show. Now, again, next week we do have a week off. We'll come back the week after.
Yep. That's your birthday.
Yep. I'll be 27, man.
Must be nice. I'm about to be 28.
Must be nice.
28.
Must be nice. Anyways, guys, I hit music this time. I got it. I got it.
Is that the ending?
I don't know. I just fucking hit a color. Do you know?
I need to yell, Alex, man. What's that? Hit a different color. I don't know what that is.
I like the song though.
Yeah. Nah, that's not our ending. Nah, that's definitely not it. That's our college one. No, I don't know what that is. No.
That's our startup.
That's our yeah. So we're getting there.
The same thing, isn't it? We are struggling over it, guys.
I'm about to text Alex, man. What's our exit, dog? Dude, I don't even know. What's our exit, man?
I don't even know. We're literally on the show, and I listen to it every week when it comes out, and I still don't know. Anyways, I'll just land it on this. So what's for dinner tonight?
Hit that new stuff we heard. That's probably not even our show.
Like this one?
Yeah, I bet that's Animan or Game of Steady or something. I don't feel like this is our show.
I don't know, but I like it.
That's clean, man. Alex, you need to play this a little bit more, man.
Yeah, this needs to be involved.
What color? That's pink.
Pink.
You hold back on pink on us, man.
I like it. It's a vibe.
Okay. You said what's for dinner?
Yeah. What's for dinner?
That is a good question. I have no idea. I zoned out looking at Deion Sanders, who had 2 toes amputated randomly. I guess that's why he was in a little walker boot thingy.
Man, I thought he hurt his ankle like during practice or whatever.
How's his toe?
You're like gang. Oh.
I don't know. It is
all
what it is.
All those cigars he's smoking.
Coming up to Bryant getting beat, that's what it is.
I watched that game. I watched YouTube did like a little show on them.
Yep.
I watched the entire 2 seasons or 3 seasons they did, and I got to watch that Bryant game, bro. They were so mad on those sidelines when Bryant was whipping that ass.
Man, dog, Bryant's pretty solid though. What's for dinner? I have no idea. Is it daylight outside?
Barely.
Well, I guess it's gonna be like a Hot Pocket night. I have no idea. I didn't even think.
I haven't had Hot Pockets since we lived together.
Hey, Sam's Club, man. 17 Hot Pockets, about $10, $11. I don't know now, man. Fucking Grover Cleveland over here raising prices.
Tough, dude. But
man, it is what it is.
I think my sister brought over some hideaway pizza, so I think that's what I'm having for dinner.
Solid, man. I'm surprised you didn't say like tamales or some shit.
No, fuck that.
Not tamales, the restaurant, like
tamales. Actual tamales. Yeah. Oh, that'd be lit. If anybody has like a tamale connection that's listening to the show, let me know. Damn it. I'm playing it again. I like the song. It's a vibe.
We almost timed it, man.
Almost timed it.
Start talking about food.
But anyways, guys, from here, from me and Tyler, Alex will be back when we get back from our break. Hopefully he's not on vacation. Or
he's gonna be like, man, fuck this show.
Oh yeah, honestly, you may not even hear this episode come out. Honestly,
he ain't ever gonna let us in this room again.
No, not ever. But anyways, guys, this is from Tyler and Shane. Thank you for listening to
Terrible Football Show. Bro, you cut that shit off way too big.
Yeah, I know. I don't care.